despite the fact that there's a storm on the horizon, in reality, things are looking bright around here. The darkest days of winter are behind us, and 2022 has come to a close. And so now, I'm focused on what 2023 has in store for me. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of you for watching my videos over the past year. And I know that I've talked a lot about what the plans are for this cabin, but last week's storm has made me reprioritize some of the items on my to-do list. And one of those being the ceiling in here. As you can see, I have vapor barrier that is exposed after having the roof redone. And originally I was thinking, the interior of the cabin is not a priority. Like that can wait and happen down the road. However, it's very drafty in the cabin, not only on the main level, but up here in the loft as well. So if I don't have the wood stove running, the oil burner running, or the fan on, no windows or doors open, I can see that the air is moving in the cabin. And while I realize it's not good to have your home sealed up completely, I shouldn't have drafts. The air coming into my cabin should be a controlled airflow, not randomly coming in, because if cold air is allowed to be pushed in, that means hot air is allowed to be sucked out of the cabin, and it could be causing some heat loss for me. So one of the very first things that I need to have done is I need to have a traditional ceiling put over this vapor barrier. And I've asked my contractor to provide a bid on having either cedar plank put up or plywood sheathing. My goal is to have the cedar plank, though. I think it would look much better. And when we do that, we need to level out this foam that's on the walls. It's one, A, unsightly. Two, it's very uneven. It's just an eyesore more than anything. By having this finished out, it'll tie into the ceiling material that I put on, and then that'll help close up any air gaps right along the ridge here. I believe that at the seams of where the roof meets the wall, or this center beam here, is where I'm experiencing the most air gaps. And so I want to have that remedied. One of the other things I want to talk about is last week when the temperatures dropped and it was like extremely cold downstairs. It wasn't that cold up here because heat rises. Never before have I had to get up and stoke the fire. Even last year when we had wind chills down to -60 and we had been at -45 as the ambient temperature, right? -45 without the wind chill. We were there for a week or better in this area of Alaska, I'm saying. I didn't have to get up in the night and stoke the fire. So it was only the winds that were coming through and ripping the cabin of all of its heat was the reason that I probably should have. Honestly, as bad as it probably seemed in the video, I survived it. And yeah, I'm a survivor. I make the best out of even the worst situations, and I always look towards the good in everything. And so I don't dwell on the negative, and I hope that you see that in my channel, that out of everything that happens, there's always something good that comes of it. And so, you know, despite there being always something happening that can tend to pull our spirits down or, you know, defeat us in the moment, I myself happen to look on the bright side of everything. And so I'm looking at those blue skies, even if they're just patchy, and knowing that that storm will pass and that there's a lot of things to look forward to. And one of the things is that now that Christmas has passed and the winter solstice has passed, the days are getting longer here in Alaska. There's more light coming in, even if it's just a few moments out of the day that are added to the amount of daylight that we're receiving in Alaska. It's something to look forward to. And other things to look forward to here at my property in particular is some of the work that's going to take place. I need to have the cabin chinked, and so I'm making that a priority this year, is to get the outside of the cabin stripped down, whether they soda blast it or they sand it. You know, I'll leave that up to my contractor, how he's going to handle that. But to then have it refinished and chinked to close up all those air gaps. And then those are definitely the first couple of priorities for the property this year. In addition to that, This area right here that you see behind me, see all the snow that has dropped down off of the roof line and mounded up right there? That was to be expected, but I am going to have that roof line extended to match the roof line of the Arctic entry. And that way that snow will fall further out. I need to have that woodshed extended as well, because otherwise when we build out the new roof line to provide this awning, all that snow is then just going to drop in front of the woodshed, and I'm still not going to be able to get into it. So have the woodshed extended out, have the awning put out over here. That'll provide a covered area for Kenai, and it'll allow me still to have access to the Arctic entry, which I really don't have this year. I had promised you guys a video regarding some homeopathic remedies that I have going on, and I still am planning on doing that video. Just I decided that I would hold off just a little bit, because one of the other things that I am going to be doing this year on the property is gardening one way or another, even if it just means I'm only getting in my medicinal garden and I'm not necessarily getting in a vegetable garden this year. I am going to be doing some gardening. And so one of the other things that I've asked my contractor to provide me a bid on is fencing in the back of the property so that I can keep the moose out and I can hopefully be outside without necessarily having to worry about a bear walking up on me, because I'll have that fence electrified as well. That is something to look forward to this year, is being able to do some actual gardening on the property. I miss gardening so much. I absolutely love playing in the dirt and getting my hands dirty and seeing what nature can provide with just a little bit of direction and guidance from me. Lots of plans for the garden in the years to come, but in the immediate future, there will be at least some gardening here on the property. And then also this next year, I plan on getting out and seeing Alaska more. This last summer, I spent so much time here at the property that I really only did a few excursions. Next year, there's a lot of things that I want to do. One of the things is I miss fishing. I miss fishing so much. So yes, I can get out now and do some ice fishing and what have you, and I might do that, but I'm really looking forward to this spring and summer when things start to thaw and the water start flowing again, and getting out and doing some fishing, some sport fishing. I hope that you'll join me for those videos as well. And then next fall, I'm hoping to be able to do a little bit more hunting, and hopefully I'll have greater success than I did this year. You know, this last year has proved to be a success in my mind. I got so many things accomplished. I had a wonderful time, you know, with all the experiences I had. And in my mind, even the worst of times brings out some good in everything. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And in my case, that light is just right over my shoulder. And I need to remember that there's always something good on the horizon, even if there's darkness right there on its heels. The light will chase it away and things will turn around in a heartbeat. Kenai and I want to say Happy New Year and thank you for following along with us this past year. We wish you all the best in this coming year and hope that there are no storms on your horizon. But we will be back later this week with another video and share with you anything that Alaska throws our way. So Happy New Year. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful or entertaining. And that way YouTube will recommend similar videos or channels to you. And it's a win-win for all of us. Until next time, please take care.